Good morning, everyone. Again, it's almost lunchtime here. Figured I'd do another little video this morning on some of the electrical work I'm doing in this old house. I'm redoing the wiring. This old house about 100 years old, and what happens, the old wiring that's in the walls of this house do not have any ground wires on them. So I may want to rent this house out in the future to someone who is going to be on HUD. So HUD comes through the houses and they check, make sure all the outlets have grounds and are connected properly. They don't, that like us, don't have reverse polarity on them. So you got to make sure the polarity is correct on the outlets. Plus also they got to have ground wires. If they don't have ground wires on them, then what you have to do is have to go through and replace all these 3-prong outlets with 2-prong outlets because they don't have ground wires on them, which could be a pain in the butt doing all of that. So what I'm doing is I'm rewiring this, and I'm putting I've upgraded the electrical system, so I've got a 200 amp box and I'm running new wiring. I'm using junction boxes and conduit, and I'm running the all the conduit along top of 2x4s, and I'm hooking those to the walls. The reason why is because you can't get inside of the walls unless you tear the walls out and redo them. So I'm doing it like this. It makes the electric a lot easier to get to if you ever have to do anything. So anyway, here is a stove exhaust fan that I hooked up also. It comes off that junction box right there, and you can see the conduit goes up and over. So anyway, there's some that I've put in. And over here on this other side, I've put in a bunch over here also, and I've still got quite a few to go. And there's one over there that I've got my DeWalt drill charger plugged into, and I've got the one of the batteries plugged into the charger. Over here, I've got there's a junction box and a plug-in down here, you can see. And I've got a plug-in right here. This is going to be for the washer, the wash and dryer unit. It's going to sit right in here. So there's a plug-in for the dryer. Plus there'll be an extra plug-in if anybody wants to set anything on this counter and plug it in. Plus, I've got that other one over there that can be used for a toaster or whatever anyone wants to use over there. I'm putting a lot of new plug-ins in. This old house had like one plug-in per room, and they didn't have ground wires on them. So I'm redoing the whole thing, electric, and making sure that all the plug-ins are grounded, have ground wires on them, and making sure that the polarity is correct on all of them. I've ordered me a electrical tester so I can, once I get all of these in, I can test them all to make sure that they're working good. Coming into this other room here, I don't have the plug-ins yet in, but I've got some that I've got started here this morning. That's going to be a plug-in right there, and that right there is going to be a junction box. I'm going to build a closet right in this corner. So on this particular wall, I'm only going to have one plug-in. It's going to be there. Along this wall over here, I'll have 2 plug-ins, and then on this other wall, I'll have 2 plug-ins. Now this wall over here has got a big, long electrical heater, electric baseboard heater. So I'm not going to have any plug-ins on that wall. So in this room right here, I'll have 5 plug-ins, 5 wall plug-ins in this room. The building code says you're going to have a plug-in every 6 foot along a wall. And also, if a wall is more than 21 inches, like that one right there, you got to have a plug-in. I'm not sure that that's exactly 21 inches, but that's going to be like a hallway, and I've got a door that I'm going to put right in here. So I won't be putting a plug-in there. But if I need to, shouldn't be a problem, because I'm going to have a plug-in right there, and I can always jumper off of that and put one in there if I need to. But I don't think I will need to. But anyway, this will hopefully give somebody some ideas on how you can do plug-ins in these in these old houses. Once again, hope that this helps somebody, and I'm going to get out of here and go to lunch right now and come back and work some more on this. If you like these videos, please subscribe. I'm going to be putting a lot more on here on working on these old houses. I got 2 of them that I'm working on right now. Once I get this one fixed, I'm going to rent it out, and then I've got another one right next door that I got to work on also. Been working on this one since July, and it's now last of November. So hope to have this done here in another month or 2, and once we get it done, we'll get this thing rented out, and we'll get to working on the one next door. And we should be working on that through the summer. Hopefully get them both done sometime in the fall. Like to be able to do that, because I want to got a bunch of other things that I'd like to get done. So anyway, thanks a lot for watching, and please subscribe. I'm going to be putting a lot more on these videos about working on old houses, working in the garden, hunting, fishing, all sorts of things, plants, hiking. I'm interested in doing a whole lot of things, so I'll be putting all sorts of stuff on here. So once again, thanks a lot, and you folks have a nice day, and we shall see you next video. Thanks.